The red carpet was once a place of sophistication. Margot Robbie in impeccable Chanel, Nicole Kidman's stunning and haute couture Balenciaga, even Angelina Jolie in her iconic black Versace with that strategic slit. But now we have Bianca Censori, Kanye West's wife, showing up at the Grammys practically naked. A sheer fabric, a cutout here, another there, and that's it. It made headlines. But is this really fashion? Or just a shock spectacle designed to grab attention? The truth is, in recent years, gala events have transformed into something very different from what they once were. What used to be about glamour and refinement has turned into a competition of who can show the most skin. And it's not that nudity in fashion is new. Back in the 90s, Kate Moss already popularized the sheer slip dress, but there was a difference: charm, subtlety. Today, it seems elegance has been traded for the need to go viral. This isn't just happening on the red carpet. In everyday life, this culture of excessive exposure is everywhere. And here's the problem. When everyone is trying to grab attention in the same way, is there really anything special about it anymore? The most interesting part is that while some women embrace this nudity trend to appear modern and empowered, others, like Elizabeth Debicki and Jodie Comer, remain style icons with well-tailored dresses, quality fabrics, and nothing overly revealing. So what really makes someone a lasting fashion icon? If you want to be an elegant, sophisticated woman who stands out for her impeccable taste, whether on the red carpet or in daily life, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and leave a like. And if you want to be a refined traveler knowing exactly how to carry yourself in any country without making etiquette mistakes, check out my ebook, Be Elegant While Traveling: Global Etiquette for the Sophisticated Traveler. The link is in the first pinned comment. When fashion crosses the line, the Bianca Censori controversy at the 2025 Grammys. The 2025 Grammys were marked by an unexpected spectacle, and it wasn't about the music. Bianca Censori, Kanye West's wife, arrived on the red carpet wearing a dress that looked more like an exercise in textile minimalism, a sheer fabric, some strategic draping, and nothing more. Cameras flashed. Social media exploded. But the lingering question was, is this fashion or just an attempt to grab attention at any cost? Fashion has always had its provocative side. In the 90s, Kate Moss's sheer slip dress made history, but it never felt like a cheap gimmick. Elizabeth Hurley's Versace safety pin dress was daring but impeccably crafted. The difference? Those looks suggested sensuality without giving everything away. Today, however, values seem reversed. Showing more and more skin has become synonymous with being avant-garde, but is it really? When it comes to long-lasting impact in fashion, elegance always outshines controversy. Structured, well-tailored outfits convey more credibility and respect than excessively revealing pieces. So if the goal is to be remembered for something beyond a viral moment, perhaps full-on nudity isn't the way to go. What's most interesting is that while some celebrities seem to compete over who wears the least, others continue to turn heads with completely opposite choices. At the same Grammys, Taylor Swift appeared flawless in a red gown, no extreme cutouts or sheer panels. Sabrina Carpenter opted for a plunging neckline and feathers, but it was still a beautiful look. Both were widely praised, without needing a scandal to do so. The big question remains: when everything is revealed, what's left to be admired? The normalization of vulgarity, when excess becomes the standard. Fashion has always been a form of expression, but in recent years, it seems like the only way to be noticed is by pushing every possible boundary. Bianca Censori's look at the 2025 Grammys is just another chapter in a growing trend, the need to shock in order to stay relevant. And she's not alone. In the past few months, other celebrities have followed the same path, whether it's Kendall Jenner wearing a completely sheer dress at a gala or Julia Fox turning lingerie into evening wear. But if everything becomes a spectacle of extreme exposure, what's left to be considered special? The problem is that this mentality isn't confined to the red carpet. What starts as a fashion provocation among celebrities quickly trickles down to everyday life. Constant exposure to extreme fashion normalizes these styles in mainstream clothing. What once seemed excessive eventually becomes acceptable and even desirable. Just take a look at the streets. Outfits that would have previously been deemed inappropriate for certain settings are now worn everywhere. But does this normalization truly empower women, or does it simply make them prisoners of a culture where their worth is tied to how much skin they reveal? The biggest contradiction is that while some women believe that wearing less equals more freedom, others are embracing a completely different approach and being praised for it. Actresses like Rooney Mara and Emma Corrin are celebrated precisely for bringing freshness to fashion without resorting to the obvious. They prove that it's possible to be modern without relying on shock value. If everything is exposed, what's left to be discovered? Elegance doesn't need excess. What truly stands out? At the same 2025 Grammys, where Bianca Censori appeared practically naked, other women stole the show in a completely different way. None of them needed controversy to be widely praised. It's clear that true style power isn't about how much skin is shown. But then why do so many women still believe they need to go over the top to be noticed? The answer may lie in how attention works today. Controversial content receives, on average, 30% more engagement on social media than posts that follow a more classic beauty standard. In other words, shock value leads to faster virality. But what does that mean in practice? That many women are no longer dressing to express their essence. They're dressing to feed an algorithm. The irony is that, in the long run, the impact is the opposite of what they intend. Women who become true style references, like Cate Blanchett and Valentina Ferrani, aren't remembered for a single scandalous look, but for the consistency in how they present themselves to the world. At the end of the day, elegance isn't about revealing too much. It's about knowing exactly what to highlight. If excess were really a shortcut to style, why do the best-dressed women in the world take such a different path? Is the image of women being degraded? The paradox of empowerment. In recent years, the narrative of female empowerment has become entangled with a curious phenomenon. The more skin a woman shows, the more she is sold the idea that she is in control of her own image. Many have come to believe that extreme exposure equals freedom, but is this freedom real or just a new form of entrapment? Provocative fashion has always existed, but in the past it was balanced with an element of sensuality and mystery. Think of Marilyn Monroe in her iconic golden dress or Audrey Hepburn in her classic Givenchy black gown. Both exuded femininity without being obvious. Today, the logic seems reversed. Bianca Censori at the 2025 Grammys, Julia Fox at gala events, Kendall Jenner turning lingerie into red carpet attire. The message being sent is not "I'm powerful," but rather, "Look at me at any cost." And this isn't just a personal opinion. Studies show that overly sexualized images reduce women's perceived competence in professional and social settings. In other words, the idea that showing more equals empowerment isn't reflected in how these women are actually perceived by the world. The contradiction is that while some women believe they are breaking barriers with extreme exposure, others are being celebrated for doing the exact opposite. Angelina Jolie, Cate Blanchett, and even Zendaya, who has worn bold looks but always well-constructed ones, remain icons of style and presence. So, if the goal is to be remembered for strength and elegance, is this really the best path? If nudity were synonymous with power, why do so many of the most respected and stylish women choose a completely different approach? What can we learn from this? The true impact of elegance. Bianca Censori showed up at the 2025 Grammys nearly naked and, for a few hours, became the most talked-about topic on the internet. It seemed like she had achieved exactly what she wanted: attention. But the next day, who was truly remembered as a beauty and style reference? It wasn't her. It was the women who chose well-tailored pieces and made an impact without relying on a spectacle of nudity. This proves an important point. True elegance doesn't need to scream. Well-dressed individuals with confident posture are perceived as more intelligent and competent, regardless of the setting. That's why, when a woman invests in good taste, impeccable tailoring, and a strong presence, she not only stands out, she also earns respect. The problem is that, in the era of viral content, many women fall into the trap of thinking they will only be noticed if they show more than they should. But what truly lasts in people's memory? Marilyn Monroe is remembered for her charisma and femininity, Grace Kelly for her class and poise, Kate Middleton for her impeccable way of carrying herself. None of them needed extremes to build a legacy. The question isn't if you will be noticed, but how you will be remembered. After all, an elegant woman never has to fight for attention. She naturally becomes unforgettable. Is elegance disappearing, or is there still space for women who want to stand out with good taste? The 2025 Grammys proved that there are two paths. On one side, celebrities like Bianca Censori opt for shock value and nudity to make headlines. On the other, women demonstrate that real impact comes from impeccable tailoring, quality fabrics, and poised posture. It seemed like the new trend was deliberate vulgarity, but history has already shown that what is excessive today becomes outdated tomorrow. If the goal is to dress in a way that conveys class and presence, what are the secrets to achieving that in daily life? Because it's not enough to just know what to avoid. You need to know what to wear, choosing clothes that elevate your image. Small details that make any outfit look more elegant. If this interests you, watch 5 style secrets to always look high class and elegant. In this video, you'll discover the tricks that elegant women use to look flawless without going overboard. The link is right here on the screen. If this video resonated with you, comment, "True elegance doesn't scream," so I know you enjoyed it. And if you want to keep learning how to be an elegant and successful woman, subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Elegance is powerful, and those who know how to use it to their advantage always stand out. In the first pinned comment, I've left links to elegant products I've selected. Check them out.